In this adventure, Freebird travels over 100 miles from Manistee, Michigan up to Charlevoix. We were able to get a beautiful calm day to make this trip, which enabled us to go very, very close to Betsy Point Lighthouse and the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes and get some great footage. So hang in there and you'll see some great up-close footage of both those locations. And I gotta say, this is probably one of the prettiest stretches of Lake Michigan. If you're traveling the coast, this is probably the best scenery you can get, and we're really blessed to have a great day to do it.
Leaving Manistee, about ready to head out to the channel to Lake Michigan. We love Manistee. Only got to stay 2 days today because we got that late start and want to get up to our Charlevoix reservations, which are very hard to get. And we didn't want to miss our week there, so we are going all the way from here to Charlevoix today. Big Coast Guard station on the right, big red Coast Guard station, and really nice beach picnic pavilions on the left. And there is, right through those trees, it's a blue building. It's brand new, days in, beautiful. I went in and saw the inside of that, and I would definitely stay there, right on the beach. Great place for kids, playground, all kinds of pool, everything. Oh, it looks nice out there. Looks very calm. It's fun being in Manistee. There are so many fishing boats coming in and coming out all morning and all night. It's got to be a great place to fish. And here is a close-up of the big Coast Guard station. Got their own lift and all.
We've just pulled out of Manistee, and the Lord has blessed us with another beautiful calm day on Lake Michigan. And there's a breeze that's going to be at our back, so that is going to help us along as we travel. We're looking forward to a beautiful cruise up to Charlevoix this morning.
Ready to take off here. We're at 8:12.
Yeah,
You put me on.
that's great.
How about today's captain's report?
So today's captain's report, we're traveling about 98 or so miles from Manistee up to Charlevoix. We currently have Freebird up on plane, about 1,850 RPM. This is pretty efficient speed. It's about 24 miles an hour. I haven't calculated how long it'll take us to get there, but we just got a beautiful calm day today. The wind is at our back, and that doesn't even matter because there's not even full waves out here. It's just beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to today's trip. We'll probably slow down when we go around the lighthouse. Boy, the name just escaped me, but right around the corner of Betsy Point. There's a beautiful lighthouse there, and it seems like every time we've rounded Betsy Point, the weather's been real rough. But today it's calm, so we'll be able to get a lot closer safely. Get some nice close-up shots of Betsy Point and the lighthouse there.
Over and out.
Over and out. We're headed by the port of Frankfurt. This is where the Betsy River comes out into Lake Michigan. This is a little video for our family that we missed seeing at the family reunion this year. This is from the Captain Ed of Freebird. We're out in Lake Michigan, just past Frankfurt, heading north. And I know a lot of you maybe came up and took a look at this beautiful Betsy Point lighthouse. And we've caught a beautiful calm day out on the lake. Wanted to let y'all see what it looks like from the Lake Michigan side. And we're really sorry we didn't get to visit with y'all this year. Hopefully the next one, and whenever the next one is planned, we will be able to be there and get to visit with everyone. We do plan on being in Michigan the rest of the summer, so if there's any of you around, going to be in Charlevoix for a while, Petoskey, and all of our favorite port towns over here on the coast of Lake Michigan. Beautiful calm day on Lake Michigan has allowed us to just basically sit here idling in front of the Betsy Point Lighthouse. Most of the time we've come by here, the lake has been fairly wicked, and you can look at some of our other videos where waves were crashing on this seawall. But today is spectacular. And as we head up to Charlevoix, around this next corner, we'll go by the Sleeping Bear sand dunes. So we're looking forward to a great ride today.
Going by Betsy Point Lighthouse. Some people on the beach over here. People are lucky enough to have homes right here. Gorgeous sand dunes. On our way to Charlevoix. Betsy Point Lighthouse. Beautiful day. A little bit of clouds and really pretty. Sand dunes everywhere. Lake Michigan is gorgeous.
Be alive with me. You wasted too much time. Like the stars in me, I feel so alive.
passing by the beautiful Sleeping Bear Sandunes. I believe it's about a 400-foot drop, but I don't know that to be exactly true because I haven't really visited it from the shore side in probably 45, 50 years, when I was a kid. But we get to pass by this every time we go up and down the coast of Michigan. There's one area there where they do let you climb down, but if you can't get back up, it's a couple $1,000 rescue fee. So a friend of mine, Chris, that lives in Interlaken, Michigan, close by here, what they do is bring 2 cars, one to the top, and then one they parked over in a little town down here a ways, Empire. So they traveled down the sand dune and then walked the shoreline down to Enterprise, or Empire, where they get back in a car and then drive back up, pick up the other car.
Sorry about the wind noise, but I wanted to show you, this is Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. We're going through what they call the Manitou Passage. And if we're scanning over here, you're going to see some Manitou Islands in the distance. And to me, it's just amazing. This is South Manitou Island, and look at the beautiful sand dunes out on the point of South Manitou Island. Just a tremendous island, a lot of height. Elevation to the landmass up there. Wanted to let you see there we're headed over to shore, directly to shore, to get a real close-up shot of the Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. We're still in 97 feet of water, and half the screen to the right shows you us heading into shore. I've got it zoomed out, but this is the close-up shot, and then I'll show you what it looks like where we're heading in. Zoom in on it, let it focus for you. We're gonna get in real close today, and it happens to be a nice calm day. I don't really like getting in 10 feet of water when there's 4 or 5 foot swells, because it's just, your depth is varying so much. But today it's so nice and calm, we'll be able to get in nice and close and get a better perspective of how steep that dune really is. We're getting closer, bringing her in at a slow speed, and my master photographer is out on the bow to get the real close-up. We are inching closer. Still in 27 feet of water. You can see we're getting in there pretty close. We picked a spot that stays deep, up real close to shore.
Perfect day for traveling out on Lake Michigan. We even have a pontoon boat going by out here. It's that calm. Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. We pulled up really close. There's a guy walking along here. You can tell how huge these actually are. I think it's going to turn around here. I'm getting close. beautiful. You can see down this crystal water. It's turning us around. To get this view of Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. You can see the guy walking. Gives you an idea how big these are. And we are headed that way to Charlevoix. Crystal clear water, sandy bottom. A little bit of ripples.
We're in 18 feet of water now, and just so happens there's someone walking on shore there, so you get an idea of what it looks, the size of a human versus the massiveness of this sand dune. Just spectacular. And it probably goes on for a good mile down the shoreline. It's really quite the sight. When you're in closer, you go by it out in the lake and it's impressive, but when you get in close, you really see the magnitude. We're in about 8 feet of water now. Just one last view of Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes before we continue our trip north up the shoreline into Charlevoix. Nice stop. We're gonna have a little bite to eat here, and then take off and head back up.
So we're getting to the end of Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes, to an area called Sleeping Bear Point. I don't know if you can see the folks, but there must be a parking area close by. There's a lot of folks enjoying the beach down here. And this is Sleeping Bear Point, where we'll make a right turn as we go around that. But I thought I would just show you out here. It's that South Manitou Island. And the Indian had a Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes got its name from an Indian legend that a mother bear and 2 cubs swam from that island over here. And I don't remember the entire story, but I think the mother made it and she went to sleep on the sand dunes waiting for the babies to show up, which unfortunately never did. Some of the natural beauty of Sleeping Bear Point, just to the north of Sleeping Bear Sand Dunes. It's shaped by nature out here, with the wind coming off the lake, and in the wintertime I'm sure the ice might pile up in a west wind also. One last view of the very end of Sleeping Bear Point before we get back up on plane and head into Charlevoix. Here's the very end of the point there, just a beautiful sandy area. See one person way out on the end.
Charlevoix, and you can see the Beaver Islander headed out. We slowed down because we didn't want to be passing that in the Pine River, which is a pretty narrow channel that heads out. That's a really large ferry, and we'd rather just kind of wait out here for the next opening, which is in another half hour. They actually opened the bridge a little late, or held it longer, held the ferry because there was a boat getting towed in. So we'll be at the 3 o'clock lift of the bridge getting through. And this ferry is taking people out to Beaver Island.
Coming into Charlevoix. Let's go to the beach. And we are waiting for the 3 o'clock opening.
So we're waiting for the Charlevoix Bridge, and the horn just sounded. I missed getting it on the video. There's one boat ahead of us, and I believe that they're going to start opening it real soon. Yep, there she goes. She's lifting up, so we'll start inching forward to make our way into Round Lake. This is the Pine River. It's this little stretch that takes you from Lake Michigan into Round Lake.
Ooh, that's hot.
After our delayed start to the 2025 boating season, we were so happy to get to Charlevoix on a dock in one of our favorite places where we get a great view of all the goings-on in Round Lake.